Did you know that in ghost hunting horror game Phasmophobia, you can find a potato with a face sitting in a cupboard? And if you throw this potato on the floor, it will make this sound. Oh. 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 Now, I'm not 100% sure why the potato makes this sound or why it even has a face. So if you have the answer to either of these questions, please let me know in the comments down below. Hello and welcome back to another episode of Video Game Easter Eggs. If Easter eggs are your sort of thing, perhaps consider subscribing, as that's what this channel is all about. Oh, and we are now just 16,000 subscribers away from 900,000 subscribers, which would be a massive milestone. So if you haven't already, please click subscribe. Anyway, without further delay, let's get started. Right, let's begin today's video with Dying Light 2. Now, we all know that Dying Light 2 has some awesome Easter eggs, but today's Easter egg from the Eggcellent zombie slayer is actually very sad. At this location on the map, you can find this. So this graffiti is a tribute to content creator Bad Wolf Gaming, aka David Acott, who sadly died of cancer in 2015. David was a huge Dying Light fan, and the last video he uploaded to his YouTube channel was this.
Yeah, that's it though, guys. So sorry. Well, I'm not gonna say sorry because there's nothing I can do. I didn't want this. So yeah, but please stick around, guys. My next video, I'm not sure when it's going to be up, but
I'm sure that David would think that this tribute is awesome. Up next are more Easter eggs from Junkworld. First up, on the Distorted Tunnels level, you can find this guy. So this is of course a reference to the dance performed by the Joker in the 2019 Joker movie. Next up, on map 39, you can find this guy. So this naked, muscle-bound tough guy is a reference to Arnold Schwarzenegger from The Terminator, and this scene in particular. Now, this next Junkworld Easter egg is a reference to one of the most universally loved people to have ever lived. On the Monster Park level, you can find this. So this crocodile wrestling hero is a reference to the legendary Steve Irwin, who passed away in 2006. The final Easter egg from Junkworld is this week's Overused Video Game Easter Egg of the Week, the segment where we take a look at one Easter egg that has been referenced to death in video games. Today's Overused Easter Egg of the Week can be found on the game's 7th level. So this blue smoke producing RV is home to a bald man with a moustache. This is of course a reference to Breaking Bad, where the bald and moustached Walter White cooks meth inside of an RV. Be sure to join me next time for another Overused Video Game Easter Egg of the Week. Up next is Fallout 4. Now, much like Halo 5 in my previous details video, Fallout 4 released at a time when real-world problems were starting to stack up, meaning that I was close to quitting YouTube. In the end, I took a 7-month break and haven't looked back. But that meant there's a lot of Easter eggs from Fallout 4 that I've never covered on this channel before. First up, at this location on the map, you can find this. So before I tell you what this is a reference to, what do you think this is a reference to? Go on, take a guess. Well, this setup is a reference to the 1982 sci-fi action movie Blade Runner, and this scene in particular. The next Fallout 4 Easter egg is brilliant. At the beginning of Fallout 3, your character is given a sweet roll for their birthday. The sweet roll is only obtainable during this part of the game, and after the Growing Up Fast quest is complete, the item is removed from your inventory. Well, if you head to this location on the map in Fallout 4, you can find the Happy Birthday sweet roll. Now, is this the same sweet roll that we saw in Fallout 3? Well, I'll let you guys decide. Now, this next game is pretty special. You see, when the Talos Principle 2 released, fans complained that although the game is great, there were no Easter eggs to find. Now, that may seem like a strange complaint to have, but given that the original Talos Principle had so many brilliant Easter eggs, fans were expecting more. Well, in a move that I don't think I've ever seen a video game developer do before, the Talos Principle 2 received an update which added a whole bunch of cool Easter eggs. At the time of recording, to access this update, you'll need to be playing on PC and opt into the game's open beta, which is very simple to do, though the official patch should hopefully land soon. Now, I don't know about you, but the fact that the devs actually listened to fans and added some truly brilliant Easter eggs to the game post-launch is something that we should applaud. Anyway, the first of these newly added Easter eggs is a reference to one of the developer's other games. In the South 3 area, you can find this. So these cardboard cutouts are a reference to the kamikaze enemies from the Serious Sam games, which was also developed by Crow Team. And given their names, I'm sure you don't need to know what makes them so dangerous. That's not the only Serious Sam reference found in Talos 2. At the museum in New Jerusalem, you can find more cardboard cutouts, this time featuring the man himself, and hidden some way off the beaten track is this Serious Sam handheld. Now, back in episode 115 of this series, we found a snowman in the Talos Principle 1, and this snowman sure knew how to party. Well, we can find more snowmen in the Talos Principle 2, but they're nowhere near as fun. The final Talos Principle 2 Easter egg can be found in South 1. After navigating a perilous path that sees you one wrong move from drowning, you can find this. Like I said, the open beta added tons of Easter eggs to the Talos Principle 2, so I'll be sure to keep looking for anything new. Right, let's end today's video with Apex Legends. Now, Nessie plushies and Apex Legends go together like sausage and mash, and today's Easter egg proves that beyond any doubt. In the game's firing range, you can find 10 different green Nessie plushies. Now, I won't show you all of those locations here as it will take too long, but what I will do is link a guide to a creator who does. So if you do want to try this for yourself, check that video out. Now, after collecting your 10 soft and cuddly friends, you may be left feeling a little lost. I mean, what is there to do now? Well, if you arrange the plushies into a circle, don't worry, it doesn't have to be the neatest circle ever, and then call in an evac tower in the centre of the plushies, this will happen.
Tower, friends.
So after calling the evac tower, a giant Nessie balloon will appear in the sky. You can do this as often as you like, providing you have the patience, of course. Oh, and it's also worth mentioning that whilst the circle needs to be made up of 10 green Nessies, I did collect other Nessies too. To grab the pink Nessie, you need to kill 50 training dummies before it will appear. To find the light blue Nessie plushie, you'll need to kill this dummy with a throwing knife. But, and here's the hard part, you need to throw the knife straight up and have it land on the dummy's head. Now I know it sounds like I'm making that up, but I promise you I'm not. After enough practice, you should get it. The golden Nessie plushie can be found after visiting all of the firing range's points of interest and interacting with the jump pad, supply box and charge tower, at which point the Nessie will spawn. Now, I'm not sure if those Nessie plushies are required for the Easter egg, but I did collect them before attempting it. So that's it. If you enjoyed this video, then please don't forget to leave a like and click subscribe if you haven't already, as we inch ever closer to 900,000 subscribers. As always, thank you all for watching, and I'll speak to you all soon.